So here's the thing. You might like it, you might not. It's really immaterial how you feel about it when it comes to this topic and the persons involved. You see, it doesn't matter whether you approve of Elon Musk. It doesn't matter if you approve of Tucker Carlson. And most importantly, it really doesn't matter how you feel about Alex Jones.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
You can hate him with every fiber of your being. In the grand scheme of things, free speech in this case, Alex Jones being reinstated to X is a victory for everyone. And you don't have to like it. It's simply the truth. Hey folks, your resident man in black is back after a little break in a new studio for a new edition of the best kept secret in the conservative movement, things that need to be said. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangadis. Really quick, head on over to Rumble, subscribe to our channel, and hit that like button. And no matter where you watch our videos, please share, like, and don't be afraid to leave a comment. I actually read what you guys have to say, and I occasionally respond, so don't be shy. Now, on with the show. In case you currently reside under a rock, you know that InfoWars founder Alex Jones was reinstated to X, or Twitter, on Sunday after over 5 years of banishment. If you remember, in 2018, Jones was banned from multiple platforms, hundreds, and app stores in a coordinated effort to silence him following his influence on the election of Donald Trump in the 2016 election. Apple, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and many others, like I said, hundreds, all within a couple of days of each other, removed Jones and InfoWars from their platforms. Twitter was the only reluctant platform at first, but quickly followed suit after pressure from the other platforms and advertisers. And then came Elon Musk. Again, it doesn't matter what you think of him, but what he has done for free speech, at least on X, is a monumental step in the right direction.
Take a step back. Step forward. And a step back. And then we're cha-chaing.
Will you stop it? I'm serious.
Okay, I'm serious too.
While there have been many commentators like Mark Dice that have been campaigning for Musk to reinstate Jones for years, apparently Musk was under the impression that Jones was banned because of some episodes of his show in which he hosted some professors that believed a certain Northeastern school tragedy was staged. If I say the actual name, who knows what these platforms will do to this video. That was not the case, as noted in a recent interview Jones did with Tucker Carlson.
I was taken off Twitter, not for the Sandy Hook stuff that came later that they focused on. Look it up. They had the former head of Twitter and the lawyer on Joe Rogan about 4 years ago. And Joe said, "Why did you ban Alex Jones?" The lawyer goes, "Okay, let me open my clipboard." She goes, "Here's why. He was mean to Oliver Darcy." So I'm at the Capitol. They're having censorship hearings. Sundar Pichai's there. I just confronted him in the hall.
Who runs Google.
And you guys are welcome to use that if you want. And then that was at the Senate. So now they were going over to a House meeting, and there's Oliver Darcy in the line. He gets to get in. I don't even get into a hearing where they then attacked me. They'd attacked me at the last hearing, but I don't get to face my accuser. And so I get in his face. I don't threaten him, but I say, "You are an evil man. You're un-American, coming after my free speech, harassing my sponsors, trying to get me off the internet." And the last place I was on was Twitter. They'd held out. And so Jack Dorsey had held out. And so Jack Dorsey admitted, well, the last straw was I bullied Oliver Darcy. And so that's why I was deplatformed. Elon Musk thinks it was the Sandy Hook thing.
Following that revelation, Musk himself posted a poll to X asking people if Jones should be reinstated with the addendum Vox Populi, Vox Dei, which is Latin for, quote unquote, the voice of the people is the voice of God. Essentially, Musk was telling people what they want is sacrosanct on the platform. As you'll see here, 70% of nearly 2 million people who responded to the poll wanted Jones reinstated, to which Musk responded once it was all over, quote unquote, "The people have spoken, and so it shall be." Of course, all the entire establishment elite and their mindless drones, otherwise known as leftist activists, celebrities, and other talking heads, predictably lost their minds. I'm not going to show you any examples because they sound like these people do any other day when they're outraged by free speech that doesn't align with their hive mind. As for Jones himself, think about it this way. Who are the people that speak poorly of him the most? The establishment media. And who are the people that conservatives say they trust the least? The media. Which is why I don't understand why so many people, regardless of ideology, want Jones silenced. Forget agreeing with him or not. We disagree with a lot of people in the media, online, social media, in Hollywood, and in sports, but we don't have campaigns to have them silenced. Typically, If I don't like something, I just don't support those people or companies anymore. So why is Jones different? For example, just look how CNN Business framed Jones's reinstatement, conveniently leaving out why Musk had a change of heart until after their frame job. And then you tell me who you would trust more, Jones or CNN? Quote, Musk said last year that he would not lift the ban on Jones because of his false claims that the 2012 school tragedy was a hoax. But in recent days, following an interview with Tucker Carlson, another extremist right-wing personality who was fired by Fox News earlier this year, there has been significant pressure aimed at Musk from Jones's right-wing allies demanding his account be restored. Jones is known as one of the world's leading purveyors of dis and misinformation. He has a lengthy history of spreading demonstrably false and hateful conspiracy theories on various issues, unquote. Of course, CNN provided no examples because, you know, they're the true arbiters of what counts as mis or disinformation. Like with the Russia hoax, like with the Juicy Smollett hoax, like with the Covington Catholic hoax, like with the Jamal Bowman pulling the fire alarm being an accident hoax, or a multitude of others they later had to backtrack on. Essentially, for most people that might agree with him but don't like him, it's the whole school tragedy opinion he originally had after getting bad information from other supposedly credible sources. I'm not saying any of you that might not care for Jones has to do an about face in their opinion of him. But let me play you a couple of clips that I remember hearing during interviews with Jones that might at least soften some to accept that his opinion has a place in our society. Back in October of 2020, Joe Rogan, the #1 podcaster in the world, had Jones on for yet another appearance on his Joe Rogan Experience show. During this particular episode, Rogan had his producer fact-check many of the things Jones said and claimed. Later in the episode, Rogan noted that Jones was accurate in the things he said about 90% of the time. Jones explained the other 10% may have been inaccurate because he ingests so much info on a daily basis that sometimes what he says comes out wrong. But to end the show, Rogan thanked Jones for being more revealing than he had been in the past.
You did a great account of yourself, and I think...
Really? You think so?
Yeah. A lot of the shit that you brought up today was, I mean, you were pulling shit off the top of your head, and a lot of it was accurate. A good, solid percentage.
What about trying to bullshit?
No, you're not trying to bullshit. No, I know you're not. And this is what I've always told people about you. And again, I think that we're at a critical time where we've got to rethink all these people that are calling for people to be censored and calling for people to be deplatformed. And I think you got to rethink this. I think everybody has to rethink this because you might be looking back on this 10 years from now and going, oh my God, what the did I support?
But I agree with you, but we should, you're being nice to the censors. They're tyrants. We should hear everybody's views.
And concerning the school tragedy that Jones is most connected with, Jones sat down with Steven Crowder on October 13th of this year to talk about many things, but in particular, his timeline when it came to the aforementioned school tragedy.
I never talked about it one time. And I told the crew, this is a tar baby. It's a setup. I don't want to ever discuss it again. I think it happened. We started seeing that some of the folks that were claiming it was staged had gone even crazier, and we're now dysregulating and showing that indeed they had put out things that were wrong. So I was not the Sandy Hook guy. It didn't put me on the map. I barely ever covered it. But Hillary blows it up, makes it a cause celeb for Democrats. They use it to bring back all the gun control and now attacks on free speech and to attack Trump. And so then Trump wins. They go even crazier, and they start attacking me, saying he's sending people to the kids' houses. He's sending people to the parents' houses. He won't stop saying it didn't happen. And I'm like, I said years ago it happened. Stop it. This is a media event. They're building up, obviously, to come after the First Amendment. So I issued dozens of corrections, dozens of apologies. You just mentioned one of them there.
Now, like I said, you don't have to change your mind about whether or not you like Jones. That's not the point here. How any of us feels about Jones, as I said at the top, is immaterial. But you have to at least entertain the idea that the man doesn't deserve to have his livelihood taken from him because he at one time took supposed experts at their word. They've taken their pound of flesh and then some from this man, all for an opinion which he, as we heard, later apologized for and admitted was wrong. And let's be clear, this is just his account being restored on X. He's still banned from those other platforms. At least there's one place, one CEO that seems to still believe in free speech. And to that, we should say, thank you, Elon. And you don't have to like that. It's simply the truth. So, how many platforms am I going to get banned on? Well, at least the ones I'm not already banned on. Were these things that needed to be said? Let me know what you think in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble and hit that like button. If you like this video, don't forget to comment, share, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the best ways to help these videos reach more people. And it's the best way to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video if they haven't censored it or taken it down yet. Like us on Facebook, check out more of our work at MRCTV.org. And if you want to support our content and the conservative movement, head on over to MRC.org/donate to help us out, since we're a nonprofit and couldn't do what we do without all of you. For MRC TV, I'm Nick Kangadis.